everybody who are bleeding. Castillo's in trouble. Whyte steps in, and the fight is over. Towels coming from Dominic Kingo. Towels there from Dominic Kingo. Let's go.
This is Thomas Lyons for Raps on TV down here in Old Sprackfields Market in London for the public workouts for Browne-Allen. Fortunate to be joined by fighting on the card, John Harden Jr. Firstly, John, how you doing?
I'm great, man. Feeling good, man. Saw the workout. If you can, probably catch up on some of the stories on Matchroom. It was a wonderful experience to come down. That's my support out here, management, coach, just to demonstrate new things. I'm working with my coach. As you can see, I'm with Mark Tibbs, and you've seen, the golden touch he's done on the other stable mates. So I'm just excited for it to fall onto me.
As you can see, well documented, massive platform for yourself, obviously Matchroom, Sky, and just to see kind of the progression you've made in your career, the elevation through the ranks. I mean, how pleased are you to get on a show like this?
I'm pleased. I'm over the moon to get on a show like this. Also, it's all about everything came at the right time in terms of everything I'm doing behind the scenes. That's why I've been out the ring 7 months, but it was almost new management, picking the right trainer, the right strength and conditioning, and it's a boom, boom, boom. So sometimes in life, it's like you just got to take your time and make the right decisions, and that's what I've did, and now it's paid off. You know,
how's your relationship been with Mark? How's that materialised right through? Since
me and Tibbs hit it off like as if it was meant to be, man. Tibbs always call him like he's like the people that stare into a crystal ball. It's like he can see the finished article before it's been finished. So it's like the things that he's making me do. I was known a lot for my heart, just keep going forward, coming forward, and he's just making me, box beautifully. You know what I mean? Clever boxing, and that's what we're going to be executing.
Yeah, and just to kind of see now this the way you made that transition from this position in your career, now on a big platform, obviously going to look to kind of reap the rewards from that. Looking forward, obviously after Saturday night, is it kind of title contention for yourself this year?
Yeah, well, that's everything. Whoever's got a belt, I want it. If I'll be honest, I want it. I want to be in the mixes. I want to be, but at the same time, my management's got a plan, and my coach has a plan. So it's just like before this, I used to train non-stop. And that's because I wanted to train on stuff, and then they had to intervene and say, listen, rest more, do this, you're burning out in fights, this is what you're doing wrong. So at the same time, they're guiding me. So I'm sorry. A little elbow from Barker there, but they're guiding me. So
Alright, go, see you next week.
It's all in their hands, but that's definitely the progression I want to do.
Yeah, God willing, you obviously come through the win on Saturday night, but also kind of looking at the small horse scene to see how you've surpassed that in some respect, and now looking ahead to major platforms. Obviously, your division's thriving at the moment at the domestic scene. Any particular names you've got on your radar?
You know what? There's no particular names, as I'm saying. I really want to just get in the mix. I want those type of. It's like the other day I was watching the Fowler-Fitzgerald and I was like, oh man, I would love to be in something, that type of mix, because those type of fights, you would want a trilogy. Yeah. I would love to see Fowler-Fitzgerald 2 and 3, you know what I mean? So those are the type of things I really want to be, get a good dancing partner that I can have a trilogy with. Yeah. That would be my dream. I would really love that.
Yeah, obviously a thriving stable with Dillian Whyte, but also kind of looking at his elevation to world level, and now looking at yourself replicating that kind of success. I mean, with Dillian in the gym every day, kind of seeing the atmosphere, the energy generated in the gym, how much does that kind of spur you on to get through?
It keeps me grounded, because he's a man, even when, I'm at, he always let me know bigger to come, bigger things are to come. Just stay grounded, you know what I mean? Same with Dean Whyte as well. They check up on me, make sure I'm alright. They're harsh in a way where it's love, and it's what I need. So I'm working alongside of him, ring walking with him, seeing how he just takes hold of pressure with his jokey personality, and then switches on. He's working hard. I was in the gym with him yesterday. It was his birthday. He was in the gym working, and he was saying in the evening he's going to work again. Meaning he's just, how can I say, he's hell-bent on hard work and being a champion. And it can only leak onto me.
Yeah, and obviously a very kind of frustrating period for himself, looking to kind of be in that kind of top mix with the unified heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua, but also Tyson Fury and Wilder circulating around the elite level. I mean, in terms of Dillian's kind of body language, his expression, I mean, is it a case now he's just kind of wants to remain active and just get himself into that position, so when he does get a shot, he's prepared and equipped
he doesn't want to be, and one thing I know, he doesn't want to be just waiting. Though he can wait, and a lot of people in this video will say, listen, just wait. You're gonna get. No, he wants to be active and he wants to fight anyone, and that's the position. And to have someone that's spearheading the campaign like that is something special, man.
Yeah, and obviously, Dean, while you're here, so obviously it would be an injustice not to get you in, just to kind of give your perspective on John's career, the kind of way he's progressed through the ranks. Just give me a little kind of insight into what John's been doing this camp, particularly that kind of separates from other camps to elevate himself.
What John's implemented is a proper structure in terms of his strength and conditioning. He's had a structure where he's training twice a week with someone, and they're going through his mobility. And the second thing is just John is resting, recovering, which is key for him. He was overworking at sometimes, and now he's got Mark Tibbs, so he's in a great position. What he's got is he's got a great structure set up with the strength and conditioning, with great tutelage of Mark, training in Mark Tibbs, and you could see it, you could hear it in the punches on the pad, the snaps, the power in the punches, and you can see he just seems more solid, and he seems confident in himself because his mind hasn't got to worry about who's my coach, who's my strength, when I'm going to train, when am I going to fight. All of those things have been laid to rest. So his mind is free to concentrate on what he loves, being a boxer and being a fighter, and train, rest, recover, and repeat.
I got the best team. That's what I say. I got the best management, best people looking out for me. I got the best team, man.
Yeah, and obviously we spoke at the Mark Prince event about the Blvckbox management, the stable of fighters that you've gathered together, and also kind of your impetus and your knowledge in the sport to kind of help them progress.
No, exactly, and that's what I was saying to someone else earlier. I'm saying for me, I understand it from all aspects. I was a fighter. I didn't get to none of these stages. I did, wrestling and kickboxing, and did a few boxing fights. So I understand.
My bodyguard there,
the fight game, fighting, walking to the ring, competing, the nerves, the adrenaline, the training, and then I understand the aspects of a coach, guiding and giving advice, and then I've just got that kind of side of me, and I like boxing, and I like guiding guys and giving them the information of the experience I've gathered over all these years. You know what I mean? So it's just important if you can give your information to your pupil and they digest that information correctly, and then go out there and apply the information you've given. You know what I mean? There's no better feeling when you see it and it comes together and it works. You know what I mean? So I like this side of it. I think this is probably where my side is meant to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, John, from your perspective, having listened to Dean there, I mean, talking about the studious element of the sport, looking at fighters kind of replicating and emulating their kind of attributes and skill. I mean, how much have you kind of learned from the likes of Dean in the camp, and also the guys around, like the likes of Dillian, Mark Tibbs, the tutelage within the gym, but also the friendship, the bond, the integration within the gym?
It's a brotherhoodship, you know what I mean? We're all family. And what I've learned, we look out for each other. Like he'll phone me, and there'll be, how can I say, it's something I said before, it's harsh love in terms of they'll tell me what I need to be told, correct me if I'm getting right, and put me on what I need to be doing. Like, no, you're doing this wrong, what's going on? What are you doing? Are you training today? Are you not?
Are you resting today? Are you eating correctly?
When's your next session? All right, does he know? Is that what he said, or is that what you said? You know what I mean? And all these things, like I said, it's like, and it's the harshness that we need, that I need anyway, that harshness, like, so this is what I mean, we're built on brotherly love. You know what I mean? And
I mean, just kind of touching on, I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, because obviously within the kind of wider boxing fraternity, it's kind of well documented as well. Dylan obviously waiting, but also kind of that July 13th date on the horizon for him. Looking at the other heavyweight champions tied up, obviously Joshua's got his US debut in MSG in New York against Jarrell Big Baby Miller, and Tyson Fury obviously signed to the ESPN platform. So I mean, in terms of an obstacle for Dylan's progression, obviously he's looking at the positive from it, but kind of moving forward, how much does that kind of politics element paint a bad picture with these fights materialising hopefully this year?
Oh boy.
Is that? I thought it was for you.
Both of you.
Okay. Sorry, my bad. The WBC situation is a ridiculous one, as we all know. You know what I mean? I think we're waiting now for an outcome or conclusion of somewhat, and then that would dictate who I believe. This is just my opinion. I'm just not saying it's Dillian's or the team's, but it's just that it will dictate who he kind of fights. So if they say, for argument's sake, Dillian will be the mandatory for whoever wins, then that will dictate who he fights on July the 13th. Okay. He's not going to take one hard fight going into another hard fight. You know, you want to save something in the tank. So when we're speaking about this, you know, all these guys are tired out, they've got mega fights, and again, what you've got to look at is these guys think if you figure out the reward to ratio, they're looking at Dillian is a hard fucking fight. Why fight Dillian when the reward, there's no benefit? He has no title. They don't want to fight him because it's such a hard fight. And that's what I believe on this occasion. When they're doing up the numbers, they're thinking, listen, this guy believes in himself and has a desire and a quench for this that not a lot of these guys have. And that's the reason why when they look in his eyes, they see that desire and hunger, they maybe don't want to fight him. When they think this guy, you know, that they're not coming to make up the numbers. You understand? So that's what it is also. So when they look at that, they're saying, this man means business. So when they look at it, they're thinking, well, you know, I don't need this hard work. I can go and fight. Not to say any of these, we've got to give these guys their credit. All of these athletes extremely well. They're in there fighting. But, you know, they can fight an easier opponent with someone who doesn't have that desire. Might believe they can win, but doesn't have his desire. And that desire that spurs him on to go through all of them punches because he believes he can win and wants to rip that title from that guy's clutches. And it's hard to fight someone with that kind of desire. It's very difficult.
Yeah, and John, last word from you. Just talking about obviously April 20th, the O2 Arena. Obviously, your massive kind of breakthrough fight on a major platform. Do you feel there's any added pressure going into this fight, or do you kind of look at it as an opportunity for you to relish the occasion and the atmosphere?
As opportunities for me to get a birth into this atmosphere, even for training here. Just, you know what I mean? I've got the guys that have done it before me, and this is my time, innit? So it's me taking my constant walk to rising. So this really is just my birth into this.
It's the beginning for him, and let's hope he takes this opportunity and goes out there and performs and uses all the advice, uses everything he's been shown or any advice he's been given to go out there and put on a mature performance and show Sky and Matchroom that he deserves to be on this level, you know, and that's very important.
Yeah, both appreciate you giving me some of your time. The apologies, couldn't get down to do the filming for the workout, but obviously looking trim, looking ready, looking sharp, and obviously best of luck with the rest of the preparation in camp. Thomas Lyons, Raps on TV, Dean Whyte, John Harding Jr., and all the best for the rest of the week, and looking forward to your future endeavours. Top man.
Thanks.